So in G12, when we are looking at that, in this situation, okay, this is the second half of G12. Mike and Kim invest $10,000 in equipment to print yearbooks for the school. Each yearbook costs $5. So we're going to use X as our yearbooks. It says, how many yearbooks can they sell before the business break, even if they sell them for $25 each? Write a system. So we're going to have Y, so we always want to kind of identify your variables. X is yearbook, and Y is going to be like our money that we make, okay? First, we are going to have a statement that deals with our what's called our income. So the first statement I want you to write down is income. And doesn't it make sense for our income that we are charging $25 per yearbook, that Y equals 25X? Does that make sense to everyone? Income, if we are looking, you can set that one up in the front if you'd like. Income, Y equals 25X. Well then, because we're looking at now the expenses, what are our expenses? Y equals what? How much does it cost to make each yearbook? 10,000 plus 5X. So when we look at our expenses, $5,000 per yearbook, or $5 per yearbook, 5X, plus 10,000. And could you have written 10,000 plus 5X? Same thing, right? We are looking for what was called our break even. The break even, it tells us, is when income equals expenses and the profit is 0. So what we want to write is income equal expenses. Would you say, if I'm putting the income statement, that means Y, my money, equals Y, would you say this is substitution or elimination? So I'm going to put the first 5, what Y was equal to, which was 25X. And then I'm going to put my expenses, what the money was equal to, Y, which was, this is actually very much a substitution. You are substituting Y equals Y. You now subtract 5X from both sides. So when we do this 12, I will need you to write all the equations for each one, but you will only need to solve half of them. So 20X equals 10,000, and I'll give you question time. We're going to divide by 20,000, or by 20. Do you have the answer? Is that where you're coming from?
No, I just had a question. So on the quiz, are we going to have to be like, this is a substitution equation?
X is going to be equal to? How many? 500 yearbooks. Good? Let's take a look at those next two before we go to lunch. So, Stephen, would you read the question? So, measures of a right triangle. It might be really helpful to draw a right triangle, right? And we don't know what the two angles are, so we're going to call one X and one Y. And if it's a right angle, what do you know about angle X and Y together? What do they have to total to? 90. So that's going to be one of our equations. X plus Y equals 90. And the reason we knew that is that we had a right triangle, so we already knew one angle was 90. The second statement is that one of our acute angles, Kyle, which one? Y or X? One acute angle, X. One acute angle, X, is, that's almost always our equal, so X equals 4 times the other. So 4 times Y. So our two equations are here. Substitution or elimination? Do we want to solve it? Which way? I personally think it is set up that I would substitute here and put 4Y plus Y equals 90. and I get 5y equals 90, and I substituted it in. And it's almost clearer, easier to do it that way. Could I have multiplied that equation, but then I'd have to rewrite it if I'm doing elimination. So when I divide 90 by 5, y is equal to 18. So it says, write the system. That's this part. On G12, I need you to do that for all 10 questions. I need you to write the system. For half of them, either the even or odd, you're going to find, this one says, well, what are the measures of the three angles? Oh, well, one is 18. What is one of them that we already knew right here? 90. And now to find the other one, I could go here and subtract 18 from 90, right? Or I could take 4 times 18. Does it matter which way you do it?
No.
No. 18 times 4 or 90 minus 18 gives us 72. Get all 3 answers. The last one, we are not going to solve it. We are just going to write it. Okay? So, as you are reading, to look at this one. Chicks, did you read this?
Yeah. The theater club sold a total of 101 tickets to its first play. The student tickets cost $1, and adult ticket cost $2.50. Total ticket sales are $104.
We're going to use C for child, or when I had student. We're going to use C for student. Why C? Because S for many of you sometimes looks like a 5. And then we have adults, right? So A is going to be our adult tickets. So identifying our variable. The first one is the number of tickets that you sold. How many tickets did we sell? Total? 101. Who went to the, what kind of tickets were we able to sell? Student, right? So C plus what? Children plus adult had to equal 101. So when you write your equations, think about what they're telling you. The next one equation is going to deal with the value of each ticket. Okay? So what was the value of the student one? How much did each student? $1C. Plus how much was the adult? 2.5A. And what was the value of all the tickets that we spent? 164. And I think if you look, this is one that would be set up perfectly to do what? Finally, some of you that love elimination, this one, and I would probably eliminate C. And I'd probably do that by multiplying everything here by -1. So negative C, negative A, negative 101. And if I did that, I now would have 1.5A equals 63. And when we divide, not 6.3, but 63. And when I divide 63 by 1.5, I sold how many adult tickets? So you probably take out your calculator to solve that. How many? 42. We get 42. We need to subtract from 101. So we have students or adult of 42. Now you got to find your other one. So you want to be finishing up 11B. Okay, we kind of went through the hints on that. And after the quiz,